President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission to review its recommendation on remuneration of judicial officers to reflect the present economic situation in the country. The President made the disclosure in Abuja on Monday at the opening ceremony of the All-Nigerian Judges Conference of the Superior Court. Correspondent Kunle Ojo filed in this report.
The Conference of All Nigerian Judges of the Superior Court comprises Justices of the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal, Justices of Federal High Court, among other judicial officers in the country. It also includes National Industrial Courts and State High Courts, Qadis of Sharia Court of Appeal, and Judges of Customary Court of Appeal. Speaking at the opening session of the conference, President Tinubu, who was represented by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi, restated his commitment to the upward review of judges' salaries. The President also highlighted some of the forces impeding the effectiveness of the judiciary in Nigeria.
In the same positive disposition and in satisfaction of the yearnings of critical stakeholders, including the Body of Benchers and the Nigerian Bar Association, I have directed the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission to review its previous unacceptable recommendation of 114% increase in the remuneration of judicial officers and come up with a more realistic rate that will reflect the present economic realities.
The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, expressed confidence that the issues that will be discussed will foster mutual respect between the executive, legislature, and the judiciary. He specifically harped on the need for the autonomy of the judiciary in order to make the arm of government more functional and responsive. Earlier, the Administrator, National Judicial Institute, Justice Salisu Abdullahi, noted that the annual training of the judges provides them the opportunity to be up to date in the course of carrying out judicial functions.
Regrettably, it is the lack of sufficient funding to run their judiciaries that has perpetuated the practice of heirs of court, particularly those within the state judiciaries, going hand in hand to beg for funds with which to run their courts. Even more worrisome is the fact that the foregoing is often seen as an irresistible opportunity to pocket judicial officers and manipulate the outcome of decisions where cases that are of interest to the government are sub judice.
As biannually been a technical, tactical, and all-important engagement which holds significant focus for all assembled. For my Lord, it is first and foremost a reunion of sorts, since it presents an opportunity to come together as a unified one. Accordingly, this convergence aims at three-front agenda, which I would like to call 3S, i.e., acclaim, appraise, and advance.
I'm pleased to report that efforts are underway to enhance the infrastructure of our court facilities, improve the welfare of judicial officers, and streamline administrative processes to reduce unnecessary delays. The aim is to create an environment that allows you to focus on the delivery of justice without being encumbered. Let me say, because of our support, the President has mandated that we should, with immediate effect, construct new brand Court of Appeal Division of Abuja.
The Lordships, as at the last count, we have only about 140,000 Nigerians that have been called to the Nigerian bar as barristers and solicitors of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. And I mean both those of us that are privileged to be alive today and those that have preceded us, 140,000. Out of these 140,000, I don't think we have up to 2,000 judges and justices that perform the responsibilities that your lordships do on the bench.
The conference, which has a theme as strengthening judicial commitments to the rule of law and democracy, was attended by retired Chief Justices of Nigeria and ministers during the opening ceremony. Other speakers in their goodwill messages charged judiciary to remain resolute to sustaining the democratic institutions in Nigeria.